Hello, it's Keith from Kinvert, and in this video I'm about to do our first manned mission to Minmus. We haven't been to the moon yet. It's pretty tough to get the Delta V that's required for that. For this to work, I've got to upgrade the launch pad, and I kind of showed building the rocket before, but I lost the recording, unfortunately. So this is the rocket, and it's got 4 of the big boosters, it's got some wings, and it stages those away. And then we've got this is what we kind of crash into the moon, and then hopefully this part doesn't crash into Minmus rather. And yeah, we've got all of our science on here, and I've got it so that I can bring both Jeb and Bob at the same time to kind of level these guys up. So Jeb and scientist Bob. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. So I added some lights because it's a little difficult to time it where I want to land. I've got a mission for doing temperature sensing. So one of the things that I want to do is actually go to the Space Center, to the tracking station, and try to set it up so that I can get my ascending and descending node correct here. So what I want to do is kind of line this up to when it lines up with Kerbal Space Center. And it's not I don't know of a direct way to do this, unfortunately. Let me turn off this other stuff. The goal is to only really see... Is that going to turn that on? Okay. And the goal is to... I want to have a line going through Minmus, through, where its inclined plane intersects, our equator, and, I can see the right time to burn. But it doesn't seem to want to let me do that. Now, the moon is planar, and so I can maybe do this and try to get a feel for where these intersect. So that's the moon. Now I gotta go around until this intersects, so maybe here ish. So the Kerbal Space Center needs to be lined up with here. And then what I need to do, because Minmus, first let's get it lined up, and then I'll find out if I need to burn kind of north or south. So I'm going to try to line it up so it's right in the center, because I think I'm looking straight down the intersection between the inclined plane of Minmus versus the moon or the equator of Kerbal. Something like that, alright. And let's try to give it a slight double check. So there's the moon, flat and level. And then if I zoom far out, it's about as good as I think that's gonna get. Let's see. Should it be more? I think it should be more over here. And so that'll get me another, degree less maybe of inclination that I need. Okay. And now what I want to do is see if I need to be going a little north or a little south. And this is descending. So I need to be going south when I launch, a little bit south. And we'll see if this gets, because I'm launching from the equator. Alright, so I'm going to go into here, double check I got the right astronauts, because I want to get some science, and Jeb for the different maneuver nodes that I can handle or whatever, the stability assist. Okay, here we go. Hope I'm not forgetting anything. Full throttle, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we're off. I need to go slightly south, so I'm starting to do that now. South is actually up in the nav ball. It's a bit of a reverse of what you might expect. This rocket is not highly stable, so I need to be careful with how I maneuver this. For now, it's doing well. And I'm intentionally aiming about 5 degrees past 90, so like a heading of 95 degrees. And so far, we're doing okay. Okay, it's deviating a bit. I need to be careful with the stability here. Get ready to stage these big old boosters away. Did I just double stage? I just double staged. Alright. Sweet. Revert. Revert to launch. Alright, try it again. We're off. Yeah, I'm gonna start turning, and last time I didn't quite turn as much as I think I should have, so I'm gonna turn more and try to keep my heading at near 95. I don't know if that's exactly where it should be, but kind of winging it. And then as I get higher, I'll be able to look at my inclination compared to Minmus. Actually, I'm gonna do that now while the rocket is somewhat stable. I'm gonna set this as the target and then keep an eye. So I'm at 1.2 degrees, 0.3, negative 0.2. Alright, so I need to stay somewhere over here. Negative 0.4 isn't bad. And this might be an indicator too, having that symbol on there. But the main thing is I kind of tried to time it right. Nothing breaks, alright. So now I can get into map view. It seems pretty stable. I'm at 0.3 degrees, so I really need very little plane change at all. Alright, so let's zoom in so that I can see. Alright, so I'm at 0.4. So now I'm going to try burning a little closer to 90 and see if that brings me better. Negative 0.3, negative 0.2, negative 0.1. That's close enough for me. Alright, so I'm going to try to keep this stable. There's 0 degrees. So it looks like I did time it right. I think I need to go up a little more. Or is that making it worse? So I'll go down a little. There we go. It's my apoapse. Alright, so we're hovering at the right inclination. Make sure everything's looking fine. I don't know what just, it said something on the screen. Alright, I'm getting high. I'm not going to quite bother to extend my solar or anything like that yet. So I'm going to try to keep this descending node, keep that inclination very low. Stage once. Alright. And I'm going to try to get the apoapsis above 125 so that I can time warp well if I need to. I'm going to start raising it a bit more instead of burning so horizontal. And now that I'm at this altitude, I can start to engage some of these parts. Get the solar and radio going. Alright, get back into here. So I'm still at negative 0.1. I really need to raise this up a bit. So I'm going to start to do that. Now this stage, basically what's below me now is going to just crash into Minmus so I don't leave orbital debris. Man, this is a lot of stuff to see. There we go. Alright, now we're at negative 0.3 degrees, so I'm going to try to get it back to a better angle. Almost to 0, I think. Call that good. Almost to 125. Call that good. Sweet, so now I can start to time warp to the Apo apps. I'm going to do the maneuver node. I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything relatively accurately here. I'm going to try to get this to be relatively circular. Let's go to this. Alright, so we've got 125, 127, I'll call that good enough. I can now, my estimated burn time is 11 seconds, so I can just warp to pretty close to it. Cool. And now I can just warp in a little bit more. Okay, I want to aim at the maneuver node. Okay, let's circularize this. Alright. See what I ended up with. 125, 126. Alright. And now I'm at 0.1 degrees of inclination from Minmus, so I don't need to do a plane change. My plane change happened during my ascent. What I'm going to do now is... One of the tough parts is trying to time, so I'm going to focus the view. And I want to land here kind of in the daytime. So I'm going to turn off stability assist. And I'm going to head back to the Space Center and time warp until I have a good chance of landing there in the daytime on Minmus, so that I actually have light to land. My last mission, and it kind of failed, really. I lost the recording and I just stopped. But yeah, if I go to here, then I can focus my view on Minmus itself. Come in front, whoa. There it is. Alright, so now I want to time warp until this is more or less in the day. There we go. I want a little bit of shadow so I can see, you know, a bit of texture and get a feel for where I am. That's good. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to... I don't even know which thing, so I'm just gonna... Wait, I do have to do it from here. Now I need to find what I just launched, of course. What's it gonna be? Is it a probe? No, there's dudes on it. Toggle ships. Hop for 3. Alright. Fly this. Okay, let's take a look at what we got. Cool. So now that we're here, and we're still at a negative 0.1, so that's fine, I'm going to add a maneuver node and go for a more or less home and transfer here. Start to whip that out. Okay. Cool. So by the time I get there, it's there, so I need to do the launch. Or do the injection burn. It's slightly different timing. Now I can focus the view here and go to the maneuver. Now, by the way, you can click this, I found out. A little bit easier. So if I go a little slower, I end up pretty much gone, so I'm going to turn this way down. Okay, slower is making it worse. So if I advance the timing, I can get closer and closer and closer without having to change my delta V. Alright, let's turn the sensitivity up a bit here. Okay. Somewhere right there. And so now what I want to do is burn a little faster so that I get closer. And actually what I'm going to do is just aim to suicide burn crash into this. If I had to guess, I need to burn down to... Nope. Let's see here. If I turn it up though. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to speed up. That was too much. Slow down, and then I turn down the sensitivity and speed up. That's relatively close. Turn down the sensitivity a little more. And adjust my timing. And I'm going to slow down a bit. And I'm just trying to bring this so that I'm impacting right there. Turn down the sensitivity basically all the way. Okay, that's as close as I can get there. Now I want to start adjusting this burn. When I do the burn, I think I want to burn that way. Let's take a look. And I can turn up the sensitivity. It's probably going to ruin it here. Yeah. So do this. Is that moving it down? And then I slow down a bit. I think that's moving it down. Then I go down some more. And that's going to kind of slide that over. And then I reduce this and slow down. Yeah, that's slowly walking it. Okay, so I'm going to go down quite a bit. Turn this down, slow down. And yeah, I'm getting this closer and closer. So I'm going to head down again. And then turn this down, slow down. I think I'll just do mid-course correction or something because I'm sick of messing with this. So if I leave map view, I've got 1500 delta V, so I've got plenty to do this burn. I'm going to go ahead and aim over there. And I'm going to do that little time warp cheat to just slightly, you know, reduce my turn there. Okay, map view. And now what I want to do is find the maneuver node and just warp to closer to it. So yeah, we're time warping to the maneuver node. Getting there, it's a minute long burn. Can I focus the view back here? Alright, so let's time warp. And so it's a minute long burn, so I want to start burning at 30 whatever seconds. Like 39 seconds or something. Good enough. I'm gonna do a little bit of time warp here. Physics warp anyway. Hold Alt and use the angle brackets. And then once that maneuver node starts to walk away from me, I'm gonna start slowing this down. So trying to get this pretty accurate because Minmus is really sensitive to, you know, you gotta imagine you're floating out there for a long time, so even a half a meter per second is gonna be noticed. So yeah, let's take a look at what we ended up with here. No. Okay. Oh, did I pull off a free return trajectory here? Is that like almost... What are the odds of this? It's almost perfect. Alright, so let's take a look at where I'm going. Did I not even get an encounter? It's like I completely lost... Okay. So I still do have an encounter. Alright, I want to aim retrograde. If I go retrograde, I'll end up a little bit more over here. And then just use a small amount of throttle. So I'm just doing Shift and X. Okay, I can't quite... I'll try to get it closer. Ooh, that's not bad, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go in for a suicide burn right about there. And in a bit I can do an adjustment to... Why am I pointing at the screen? You can't see it. But anyway, we're aiming retrograde. Check my battery is good. We got a ton of fuel, so I can practically kill all that velocity just with this stage. I could almost land on this stage, really. We'll see how it goes. We are landing on Minmus. Okay, I believe that I can just time warp to right about here and feel comfortable with that. And then do a slight correction so that I'm suicide flying right at those temperature sensing places I gotta go to. I'm gonna do a few hops. I might fast forward it because there's no real point in me showing you 5 or 6 of them. But yeah, I wanted to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get a lot of science and get some money in because this is career mode. Okay. Ah, it moved. Who'd have thought? Alright, so I am suicide burning in at probably a bad time. I'm going to start time warping a bit and see if I need to retrograde burn. So I'm trying to time warp in a little slowly. But not too slowly. Okay. It's rotating a bit, but not quite as much as I'd like. I am going to burn a little bit retrograde. And that's going to help bring my impact point a little further over. I think. And now if I time warp in a little more. Okay, I'm going to do 1,000 for just a second, then stop. Oh, this isn't that bad. Alright, now let's take a look. So I might have tried to time all that in vain anyway. Is Minmus not tidally locked? That must be it. Minmus must not be tidally locked. Let's time warp a bit and see if I don't quite think it's tidally locked. So this could make it a little tough. I might need to land somewhere else in the meantime. I'm gonna aim for the flats and land in this area. I know that this is a different biome than the others, so I'm just gonna time warp in a bit and try to aim for there. Which way do I need to burn to do this? So I can't really. I need to aim more to the east, which is gonna be over here. So I can slow down and aim. Well, let's just purely aim east and try to get it so I'm going to be hitting on those. I'm just going to keep floating in and see where this is going to rotate to, because there is a small chance. No, by the time I get there. So I'm going to move my landing spot a little over here, I hope. Okay. And now I'm going to time warp in. Okay, so time warping in, and I'll be able to do a second burn or land in this little valley. I just don't know if it's going to be in shadow. Alright, here we come. Okay. There we are, aim retrograde. This does not look as flat as it did in the map view. But this is a reasonable spot to land, so I want to aim a bit west. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to watch my map view when I do this to make sure that I'm getting that landing point over here. So I'm just burning over this way a bit, aiming for right about there because the planet will rotate a bit. And 465 delta V left just on this stage, and then I got 3,000 left. All right. All right, where are we? gonna aim retrograde. Time warp in a bit. 200 delta V. Okay. Hopefully I'm not landing right in that little spot, but if so, I can... Oh, geez, I've got so much thrust to weight ratio. Alright, where's my shadow gonna be? Somewhere over here. I am coming in a little hotter than I wanted to. Okay, that was a little closer than I wanted. Where is my shadow? There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to keep aiming retrograde, and it should be enough to... Try to touch it down nice and soft, because I am just landing on a nozzle here. Okay. So that seems to have worked. Yeah. Let's check where I am. Things are looking good, and then if I just chill out here for a little bit, this should be in daylight, so gonna go ahead and make sure I'm... Well, I should be getting solar, yeah. Alright. Make sure my door is... Oh, of course. Can I just twist on the ground? Gotta love Minmus. Just twist right on the ground there. And then where's Kerbal gonna be? Is it gonna be straight over my head? I guess I'll find out. So yeah, this is career mode. This is the first off-planet excursion. Where is Kerbal? Maybe it's nighttime and I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm blind. Alright, so I'm gonna let go. There's Jeb, and let's see, what's my picture gonna be? Something like this. Turn off RCS. That works. Plant flag, boom. Okay, face this. Oh, first landing. Okay, do that. Switch to the ship, not the flag. EVA with Bob. Head on down. Okay. There it is. How do I... Oh, there it is. Okay. Cool. What's the, okay, I gotta Google. KSP shortcut clean screen? I don't know what it's... What about hide GUI? Hide the user interface. Control-Alt-Shift? Rendering. Control-Alt-F1. Okay. Control-Alt-F1. Wrong window. No? Control-Alt-F1. No. What is it then? Control-Alt-F1 can also make the UI disappear. KSP hide user interface. Control-Alt-Shift-D. Take away the HUD. F2. F2. Yes. Okay. So there's the landing. We'll just get this picture. Is there a, let's see, KSP screenshot. So I can just do it in here. F1 is for a screenshot. Let's make sure it happened. So I'm going to go find screenshots. Perfect. Okay, so I've got a screenshot. Boom. And then yeah, we'll be doing other landings here. But yeah, so what I'm going to be doing is just hopping up and down and heading over to nowhere. What is going on? Oh, is it because... There it is. So yeah, what we need to do is hop over here when a little bit of time has passed. So while I'm in the biome, I'm going to go ahead and have Bob do some science. So EVA report and I guess keep it. Review the report and keep it. And so now just do another EVA report. Overwrite. Can I transmit? Unable. Okay, so I need to get back up there. Ooh, don't hit that, don't hit that. I keep forgetting how little throttle it needs to take off on Minmus. There it is. Okay, so let's try again. EVA report, overwrite, transmit. No in-range comms device on vessel. That is... Okay, I'm gonna board. Okay. So now I'm gonna try... How am I gonna do this? Okay. Review stored data, transmit. Okay. EVA. EVA report. Hold it. Review the report. How did... I swear that it lost something. So anyway, I'm going to go around and do my science, do some hops. I'll get a few little highlights and put them at the end. But other than that, I mean, we'll call this good. Alright, this is Keith from Kinvert doing career mode. We landed on Minmus, going to get science. Go back and keep progressing through the career. Alright, see you guys later. Bye-bye.